Hello, welcome to the Cup 9 channel. My name is Shane. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for you, connecting to the energy of the sun. It is Sunday. So, yeah, if you look over here on Stellarium, you can see the sun is actually in the constellation of Libra, kind of at the very beginning of it. You can see Mars and Mercury are over here in Scorpius, and Venus is in Virgo. So yeah, we got this nice little lineup of planets here in a section of the sky. I do have this set to the current time. It's about 1:39 where I am right now. It is November 9th. Yeah. So the other thing about the sun, if we look on a true sky sidereal chart, you can see there's the glyph for the sun. There's its little ticker in Libra, and it's in the ninth house right now. So higher learning, higher education, yeah, philosophy, those kinds of things. So let's see. I want to start um, with getting some random nouns. These are the ones I was given initially: railway home party, which makes me think of somebody traveling home for a celebration of some kind, but I'm going to refresh them and see what else we get. So let's see. Okay. Spring calculator whip. Interesting. All right. So spring, of course, this could be since it's a noun, this is like, springtime. So this energy of spring coming through something, like starting of new growth, those kind of things. This goes pretty well with the last message I recorded yesterday about an ending and a beginning. Something's wrapping up, and this is still pointing to, maybe it's getting closer to the beginning side of things instead of the winding down side of things. Yesterday, Saturn was like right on the cusp of the 12th in the first house, and now it is firmly in the first house. There's a little ticker right there. Um, and right here. So it's actually moved quite a bit through the first house. But yeah, so, and this is Aries energy in the first house, this idea of like, you know, initiating something new. So yeah, that's interesting. And then calculator, it looks like this is giving me the energy of like specifics. Like you need to get the numbers right. You need to get I'm thinking like make the numbers sing. You know what I mean? And not in the sense of like you're cooking books, or something like that. But like you just need to be specific. Specificity is what I'm getting here. Adding, subtracting, making sure everything is adding up the way that it should. And then whip. This is giving me the idea as a noun. It's like a car, my whip, but also like an actual whip, like the crack of a whip, which is also kind of like it's like that energy of like specifics, right? Like whenever you're whipping something, you have to be very accurate to hit it. Yeah, I've never actually tried to use a real whip before. I bet it's, pretty difficult to master that. I'm also thinking like the crack of the whip. So like that sound, that like snappy sound. It's like something's like, I don't know. It's a very specific sound, right? So this idea of like specificity and beginnings. Also, spring is a noun, like jumping into action. There's a on this website randomlists.com. It's a really cool website. There's a verb generator too, so I might pull that one up later. But yeah, let's get a figure too. Let's get these figures. I was kind of cycling through them just to see how many there were. It seems like there's a lot, so let's see what we get. Spirit, what figure can go with this message for us? It's so tiny. I think that's the letter R. Here, I'm gonna zoom in on it. Yeah, it's like the letter R. Um, Or you know what? It actually looks like a fire extinguisher. Like a really, really tiny fire extinguisher. I think that's actually what it is. um, yeah, so once again, this idea of like an ending, putting something out. Whoa, okay. I guess if you click on the image, it refreshes. Well, there's a crow. Um, this one was coming through a lot whenever I was playing around with it. It's funny because, like, I guess if it gives you the same image twice in a row, it says second time in a row at the bottom. And I actually got this one twice a few times. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, let me. Okay, so we have a fire extinguisher and a crow. I see crows as, you know, well, they're messengers for one, but they're like magical, like often associated with like shape shifting, and they're very intelligent, very smart. So it's like this idea of putting a fire out and also having to be very like specific about it, like whipping yourself up, springing into action. Um, Something I'm getting potentially maybe something's not adding up, and there's a fire that needs to be put out. Uh, yeah. Okay, let's draw some cards just to see where we can go from here. I will leave the crow there. I think it's a nice little guide for us. So to start on the pre-shuffle, I got the world on the bottom there. So definitely this idea once again of the really big. This is a major arcana energy, right? So it's a major ending. Let's see here. The Four of Pentacles on the split. So this idea of like the house, the home, the body, earth energy with the pentacles. So definitely the body coming through. The foundations of something. Part we started with yesterday was the tower. So yeah, it's like I'm getting like putting out the fire. It's almost like there's like a fire at the foundation of something that needs to be put out. Something's not adding up. And the King of Pentacles coming through on the bottom now too. So Earth energy definitely coming through heavy here. Let's draw some cards and see if anything wants to pop out first. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay, there's something. If anything else wants to come through. Okay, got a few more. Alright, so we got the Chariot face up here. Let's see what else. Four of Wands on the bottom. So there's that foundational energy again. Fire coming through with the Wands. Four of Wands is typically like a positive, like celebratory card. So let's see. Oh, wow, there's a lot that fell here. Okay, so we have the Chariot, Death, Knight of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Lots of major arcana energy. And the first one that came out was the Two of Swords stuck in the middle. Yeah, well, you can kind of see that there. Okay. So this one is face down. So this might be the energy in the past, like it's not quite as influential anymore. With a Chariot, you're definitely like moving forward at a good pace. This card also indicates some kind of victory. So death, you know, transformation, big transformation. Knight of Swords. We have, it's like Yeah, it's this idea of the calculator and springing into action with the Knight of Swords, right? Because the knights represent fire, and then the swords represent air, mental um, calculations, right? Like he's moving forward with a plan. He's got a plan, and the Hanged Man is a card of like surrender and also pausing. Yeah, it actually says pause here on the bottom of the card. Um, oh, my webcam crashed. Hold on. I figured out how to fix it when it does this. I just have to toggle it. Or at least that's what I had to do earlier. Hmm. Well, it might have crashed for good this time. Uh, yeah, it doesn't seem to be wanting to come back in. I tell you, I've been having nothing but issues with trying to get this setup working. I thought I had figured that out, but I guess not. Let me try one more thing really quick. Let me try disabling it. Okay, what about now? No? Okay, well, I still got this camera though, so I guess we're good there. Yeah. All right. So there was a pause, right? Unexpected pause. So maybe that's this idea of like kind of like a forced pause coming through, like something really outside of your control that you just kind of have to go with it. That seems to be coming through here too. But I'm not really understanding, what is that fire extinguisher? It's so tiny too. And, maybe that's part of it. There's maybe this fire at the foundation. It's not really a big fire. It's just something small that you just need to consider in your calculations, right? Something that you could probably put out pretty easily. Like it takes minimal effort with such a tiny little fire extinguisher. Um, you know what? Let's go there. Let's ask about this fire extinguisher. What was that tiny fire extinguisher, Spirit? Oh, okay, that is way too many. King of Wands, Ace of Wands, coming out though. Um, yeah, fire again. These wands are really wanting to come out. They have been lately. Um, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, these cards are just like slipping, sliding all over the place too. Okay, so we got Eight of Wands on the bottom there. Once again, more wand energy. The Four of Wands came out again, along with the Two of Swords again. Yeah, I think what it's trying to say is that don't let this small, I want to say disaster, but it doesn't really feel like disaster sounds like a big word. It's like don't let this small little annoyance hold you back, right? Like this Two of Swords, and then you had the Eight of Wands on the bottom, like forward movement, progress. Eight of Wands is fast moving energy. And then underneath that, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups. So yeah, this is like feeling yourself, being proud of all of your accomplishments. Some people see it as a wish fulfillment card. Um, yeah. Okay, so just be aware. There's some kind of minor annoyance at the beginning of this new cycle. whatever that may be. You know what? Let's ask the nouns. What is this minor annoyance? Match dog prose. Dog makes me think loyalty. Match makes me think a partner of some kind. So there's some kind of like loyal partnership being indicated here. And prose makes me think like it's like the way someone says something, right? It's like the way someone talks. I'm gonna look up a definition for prose just to be sure, but I think that's generally correct. So it could be the way somebody is like speaking to you about something that you're doing, some new beginning that you're having. Let's see. The Page of Cups. Possibilities. Knight of Swords again. And Three of Wands. The Emperor on the bottom. So this is Aries energy coming through again here. And then I'll show you, see if I can get all three of these on here. Yeah, so you got the Three of Wands, Knight of Swords, and Page of Cups. So there's two people here. I think put it where it goes for you, but the Knight of Swords seems to be representing the querent for this reading. So you can place that as yourself, or if you're like feeling this is somebody else in your life, you could place it there. But there's some kind of like emotional communication between this Knight of Swords figure and this Page of Cups. And once again, wands, more wands. So much fire. This is the card of expansion and like putting yourself out into the world with your abilities, your drives, your passions. And the Knight of Swords is like doing that with a plan, right? Like he's got a plan for how this is all going to work out. And this Page of Cups energy is like, it's giving me the vibe of like they're trying to be supportive, but the way that they're like communicating with you is just putting like, it's just like irking you, right? It's like you need to grab that tiny little fire extinguisher and just like squash whatever this is. Like, yeah, it's like putting this tiny little fire out before it becomes something bigger, right? Like just addressing it right away. Let's see, what's this Page of Cups? What is their role in this situation? Oh, Five of Cups and the Star. Wow. With the Nine of Cups on the bottom. Interesting. So yeah, this is what came out to clarify that Page of Cups. The Star and the Five of Cups. It's an odd pairing. Star is generally a very positive card about healing and creativity, and the Five of Cups is like walking away, like being sad about having to leave something behind. Grief. In this case, it says absence at the bottom on the Five of Cups for this deck. I'm getting the feeling that somebody might feel a little bit sad about this new creative start for you, right? Like they're seeing you as this star in this next cycle, and there's this like feeling of like being left out, like being abandoned in some way emotionally because of it. But with the Nine of Cups on the bottom, I mean, there's a lot of emotional satisfaction here as well. And it's funny, the Nine of Swords is underneath that. So you got double nines here, 9-9. Um, yeah, this is another culmination kind of energy. It's like there's reasons to feel emotionally fulfilled for this next chapter, but somebody's in their head about it. And it's giving them these like difficult feelings, right? Page of Cups, Five of Cups. I'm getting this, there's a little bit of like immaturity here with the page, is what I'm feeling. Maybe a little bit of like jealousy in some way. I don't know, but it seems to be somebody close to you with match and dog. And then let's look up prose. Let's see here. Prose is language that follows the natural flow or rhythm of speech. Yeah, so it's like the pattern of speech. Ordinary grammatical structures, or in writing, typical conventions and formatting. Thus, prose ranges from informal speaking to formal academic writing. Prose differs most notably from poetry, which follows some type of intentional, contrived artistic structure. Okay, so there's this idea of like poetry coming through as well, or writing. Writing could be significant in some form for you at this time. Yeah, that's interesting. So some kind of communication that is like just the way that it's being expressed is just like irking. It's like a little bit agitating. Yeah. Huh. The crow is giving me this vibe of like, rising above it, like just seeing through the veil, tapping into the magical side of life, and just don't let it get under your skin. Is kind of what I'm feeling about this. Oh, okay. The four is coming through strong in the house. This energy is just like it. It has been so prevalent lately. There's a big emphasis on the home and the body right now. And if we look at the chart, uh, so Taurus is like the sign of that, right? Of like sensuality, the five senses, those things. And Uranus is currently in Taurus, retrograde, and kind of like shaking things up around that domain. Right now, it's kind of on the edge of the third and the fourth house. So this idea of like close relationships. Third house is very intellectual, sword energy, right? Local learning type things. And the fourth house is the home. Yeah, like foundational energy. So yeah, Uranus is definitely having an influence in that arena today. Okay. Let's see here. So I want to get away from this minor annoyance because I feel like I've given it way too much attention if it's supposed to be this minor thing, right? So let's ask, what is this like, this new cycle about? Huh. Page of Cups showing up on the bottom there again. Okay, so this person definitely seems to be part of this new cycle. So definitely someone closely partnered for you. King of Pentacles coming out again. Three of Swords and Seven of Wands. Interesting. Okay. I said grief earlier, and the Three of Swords card is the one that says grief on the bottom right there. I don't know if you can see that, but trying to. There we go. So yeah, so this new cycle seems to be about you being very secure within your body and the way that you show up. Um, there seems to be a lot of sadness in this next cycle. Perhaps maybe you've had something happen in the family, or in the people that are closest to you recently. Um, but there's this idea of like protecting your energy with the Seven of Wands through this situation. Despite the mental grief, sadness, anguish, that's kind of like coming through here. And it's you and this person coming through. But underneath the Page of Cups, we have temperance. So there's harmony, this energy of harmony in the environment, and rest. Putting the swords down, putting the thoughts down, revitalizing. Queen of Cups underneath that, so nurturing, yeah. Really doing some internal healing there. So in the archetypes, the bottom we have the shaman. And the thing that stood out to me when I first saw this was this hand reaching out, and just it's like blindly reaching out into the universe, and just like whatever it can grab is what it's going for, right? And this has been coming through a lot lately. And well, funny enough, underneath that is the unseen. So like unknown things, right? And underneath that is Starborn. We had the star come out, and now we have this idea of being like reborn as a star coming through again. So there's, and this is, yeah, this just, whatever this next cycle is, there's some big thing about it that like we don't even get a clue. Let's see. Let me get some more nouns. What else can we know about this next cycle in spirit? Believe, dinner, slave. Okay, those are interesting words. Believe, dinner, and slave. I don't know about you guys, but lately, the theme of like restaurants and places where you eat, like cafeterias, kitchens, things like that, have been in my dreams a lot lately. And like other people, like dining with other people. So it's like, that's kind of what this is making me think, is it's this idea of like a communal feast of some kind. And with believe here, I'm getting this idea of like hope. Maybe that's why the Seven of Wands came out here. So it seems like there's going to be some kind of like gathering that might be due to some unfortunate circumstances. And you're just being, you're really being asked to embody this King of Pentacles, like very secure, very stable version of yourself through whatever this energy is. And with slave, yeah, once again, I'm being drawn back to the Seven of Wands. It's like, don't give your power away. Whatever this is, if somebody is asking you to do something that is just like, that it's not your fight, it's not your race, like that kind of thing, don't give yourself away. Don't make yourself a slave to someone else just because they're potentially, oh, you know what, just came to me, that's what this might be. They might be trying to guilt trip you about something. That could be what this Page of Cups is. And this minor annoyance, I don't know why this keeps coming back up, especially when it seems like everything's going to be just fine with this like harmonious temperance card. This is like flow state, being in tune with your environment. This has been coming out a lot lately in all of my readings too. So I asked about the next cycle, and it's still putting the emphasis back on this relationship here. And just like not letting it get to you. Seven of Wands. Keeping your energy up and defending your peace. Somebody might invite you out to something, try to make you believe something in order to enslave you into some kind of situation or commitment. Just be aware of that. Yeah, I don't really want to focus on the negatives here, though. I mean, this is good to be aware of, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these back, clear the deck. Spirit, what can we know about the positive aspects of this next cycle? Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Get the Page of Pentacles on the bottom. So another page energy, another fresh, new energy, but this time it's something earthy. Could be a job opportunity. You have 6 Pentacles, 3 of Cups, Justice. Okay, yeah, these cards are much more positive. So there's a balancing, something fair, something, you know, to celebrate with the 3 of Cups. Something that brings in some more income with the 6 of Pentacles, and this idea of like equality, balancing out with the Justice card coming through here. So despite whatever that negative energy is, it seems like there's definitely a nice new opportunity coming through here that is like fair. Like it's good, and it's a cause to celebrate. Let's see here. Tree, relation, pest. So tree is giving me this idea of growth. Relation, it's related to some kind of pet. It's like, yeah, why is this going? It's so pestering, right? Like that's what, and it's so funny because that fire extinguisher is what got me onto this energy, and it was so tiny. It was like a little pest. It's like the solution to this tiny little pest was this tiny little fire extinguisher. Like it just takes just a little bit to just be done with it, but it's like it's there. Whatever it is, it just has to be addressed. It like will not let it go. You know, it just like you can't just ignore this thing essentially, otherwise it's going to keep pestering you. That's the way this energy is coming through here. It's like it has to be addressed. Yeah, it's funny. Underneath the page is the Knight of Pentacles. So it's almost like, you know, this instant level up, whatever this new opportunity is. It's like it seems like if you are able to agree to it or participate with it, you immediately are like taking action on this. Like you're ready to just go. Right? And the pentacles are typically slower energy, so even though it's like, you know, it's like if you say yes to whatever this is, you are able to make steady progress on it like right away. If you can just get over whatever this pest energy is. Get another figure here. A beaver. Yeah. So beavers are like very methodical creatures, right? Like they take their time building their dams, building their homes, the idea of the home coming through again here. The idea of earth energy because they cut wood, right? And then they use it to build their dams, build their homes. And they are transitional creatures. They live on earth and in the water. And they affect the flow of water. So there's something about like this idea, the 7 of Wands, you know, this barrier, the dam is a barrier and it redirects the flow of water. So it's like you're building up this dam and all of these like emotions that like you don't need. I'm not going to say you don't need them, but like it's like you can see a better use of the energy. So you build this dam and redirect the flow of the energy in order to benefit you, right? In order to bring you an opportunity and steady forward progress. Yeah. Love that. All right, actually, I'm gonna leave these out, and then I'm gonna drop more archetypes here. See what comes through. Oh, okay. All right, we have the Self, which, you know, first house definitely being highlighted here. Oh, and then we have the Fault Line, and another one fell out on the bottom. Hey, we have the Poet, prose, right? There we go. So there's something about like written communication in a creative format, creative writing of some kind. All right, yeah, we have Thanatos. So this is like death, ending, energy, transformation, like heavy. You know what I mean? This I'm still picking up on the rub between the end of some major cycle and the beginning of some new major cycle. And then these are the other two that came out here. You have the Fault Line and the Self. So there's some kind of split. And the split I'm getting is between the old version of you and the new version of you. Possibly creative writing could play a very big role in this next version of who you are. Even if you don't necessarily like publish anything, it could just be something you do on like journaling and having fun with it, and like, you know, finding different ways to express yourself. Just, you know, whether you publish it or not doesn't matter, you know. That I will say that is definitely the case for me. I've been writing a lot. I do it every day, and been trying to mix it up with different styles of writing. I've even written some poetry myself recently, and it does feel good. Underneath the Poet, we have Gnosis. So it's almost like this, just getting these things out. It doesn't even necessarily have to be like writing words. Like you could just like, I don't know, scribble on a piece of paper, meditate, something like that. But just this idea of like expressing is helping you to gain some kind of like inner knowledge. Gnosis. Gnosis is like, it's a knowing, right? It's not like something that was taught to you. It's just like something that wells up from within that is so like foundational that it just feels correct to you. Feels right. So yeah, that's exciting. You know, don't let this past ruin all of this awesome new beginning energy for you. Like it's just a pest. Take care of it, move on. And you know what? Let's see. Ooh, so I will draw some tarot cards for advice, but I want to get some verbs for the advice as well, some like action words. You know, it's funny, this idea of like prose and poetry and writing coming through, and then we're using nouns and verbs. So yeah, definitely, words are powerful. They represent beliefs, the beliefs that we hold. So the words that you use reflect your beliefs. So be aware of what it means. Oh my gosh, those just like flew out. Six of Pentacles. Oh, look at that. Sun on the bottom. Yeah, there's that positive energy. I know it's there. I can feel it. We have the Two of Wands. So definitely decisions to be made. All right, so this is the advice. Don't forget. Oh wow, Six of Pentacles along with the Three of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. Wow, all these cards stayed together through the shuffle and then just like flew out of my hand, like very strongly. So yeah, your ability to make whatever this decision is quickly, passionately, like obviously think about it. You always want to think and reflect on your decisions, but whatever your decision is, it's going to lead you to some kind of like new income and a reason to celebrate. And you are going to quickly level up, going from this like page to the knight. This very reliable, steady movement. you're taking this new opportunity and just like you're like, okay, I know how to do this. I'm gonna get started right away, and you're gonna be successful with it. And underneath the sun, judgment. So yeah, you feel called to do this, and it's something you've manifested. Magician underneath that. Wow. Okay, that's fantastic. All right, let's get some verbs. Let's see here. I think I can just type it in. Yep. All right, it gives you a lot, so I'm just gonna get 3. Here we go. All right, so inject, pine, and educate. I like that. Yeah, so inject, it's this idea of like imbuing something with your energy, right? Like you're injecting yourself into it. Like Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, you're just going straight into it. Pine gives me, as a verb, it's like, yearning for something, like something you desire, pining for something. So this is something that you wanted. And educate, this might be an opportunity to teach others about this new version of yourself, right? So you're going to have this opportunity to like really put yourself into something and and show others like this is who I am now. That you're going to educate people about this new version of yourself. Yeah, I love that. Yep. And honestly, these two, the sun and the self, this is like, yeah, full self-expression, right? You're just like shining this new solid inner foundation of you out to the world. Not being ashamed of it. There's no reason to be. Very proud of yourself, but in a grounded way. Very grounded way. Yeah, reason to celebrate. Okay. This energy feels really good. I'm kind of like sad to get out of it, but I know I need to stop the video at some point, so I feel like now's a good time. But I hope you found this message useful, uplifting, entertaining, if nothing else. And I want to thank you for being here with me. As always, take care of yourself. Keep your heart open. Bye.